Hello, and here we are again with another tutorial specially designed for all you four-piece warriors out there. And if you haven't already watched video number 61, it's probably a good idea that you do before you go too much further with this one, because it kind of picks up where that one left off, where we took a four-stroke rough and split it up into two groups of two across different orchestration possibilities. Last time we got over to here, but today I'm going to stick with a quite familiar sounding permutation, which is this. But before we go any further, I want to talk to you a little bit more about the grid and the orchestration system that appears in my book. A lot of this, as I said, you can do intuitively, but if you really want chapter and verse on it, it might be well worth your while checking out the book. The website address is on the screen right now, and it's available in physical and digital download versions. Now, what that grid is all about is it relates to all the different number of ways that you can move a pattern around three sound sources. And there are 72 of them. So this four-stroke rough, 2 and 2, there's 72 different motion possibilities. And this is the same with any pattern you like. So if you took the four-stroke rough and led it with the left hand, that would be another 72 patterns. If you took a different rudiment, a three-stroke rough, for instance, another 72 patterns, right hand lead, 72 patterns, left hand lead. If you're alternating it, obviously that's 144. This system works with absolutely anything. And don't be fooled into thinking that just because we're all four-piece warriors together, that this just relates to using snare and two toms, because it doesn't. You could, using my orchestration system and the grid, you could substitute for example, you could substitute the hi-hat for the small tom and the ride cymbal for the floor tom. So all the possibilities are in there. It's just a matter of substituting the sound sources. And the ride, hats and snare permutation is obviously going to be much more oriented towards timekeeping applications than the snare and two toms, which is more fill and soloistic applications. So anyway, back to our four-stroke rough, and we're going to just change it up ever so slightly from the last tutorial. And so using the grid system, if you were, this would be 2, 7. Still stepping the hi-hat on the 2 and 4, but bass drum this time we're going to play two triplets. So it's that 4 in the hands, 2 in the foot thing that lots of drummers play. And remember, we've got 72 different ways of moving from A to B. And you know, it doesn't, as I said, doesn't have to be snare and two toms. We looked at the cymbal thing a moment ago, incorporating the hats and the ride. You could do the same principle with two timbales and a cowbell. Or if you're conga drummer, you know, 3 hand drums. All these different motion and orchestration possibilities. I've taken the trouble to kind of identify them and quantify them so that you don't have to. So the book will help you. You can get a long way doing this intuitively, but feel free to check the book out. I'll be happy if you do. So today's pattern, as I said, it's 2, 7. And I'm going to stick with that one, and we're going to put another layer on it. What we're going to do is we're going to double up each of those 4 notes in turn. And what I mean by that is this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Second note. feels a bit strange. Because it's just the hand pot's resolving to that left hand double. Now that feels really unfamiliar to me, but unfamiliar is a sign that it's something you haven't played before. Look out for the things that don't just fall under your hands, that don't work with your established muscle memory. Things that feel different and unfamiliar are, that's a sign that you're charting new waters. So continue to go down that path. So instead of just doubling up one, we could double up two. Now, even though we're only using the one motion and orchestration combination today, bear in mind that every one of these patterns, with the addition of the double strokes, can be moved from A to B 72 different ways. Wow. Just think about that for a moment. So that's today's tutorial, moving that 4-stroke rough between two different orchestration possibilities. They're adding the two triplets in the bass drum on the 5th and 6th notes of the phrase and doing the double stroke variations. So once again, we're really digging down, looking at ways of expanding your vocabulary, flexibility and flow on the good old 4-piece set. If you've got any questions about any of this, you can email me via my website. My email address is coming up on the screen now. And I shall see you next time with more 4-piece fun.